If you come to the area that we'll be managing at the Catamount Community Forest this September, the thing that will probably be the most striking is seeing these big, tall, white pine trees. Now, the temptation is you walk into a forest with big trees and you say, here are these big old trees, this is an old forest, we made it, leave it alone. But in reality, when we think about creating the attributes of old growth forest and also qualities like climate resilience that go along with many of those attributes, the big trees are really just the beginning. What really needs to happen for this forest to become more like an old forest is for some of these big trees to die. They're this even-aged monoculture of white pine, and they haven't yet had a chance to develop a lot of these characteristics that we associate with old forests. Now, what are those characteristics again? Of course, it's big old trees, but not a lot of them, probably 10 to 12 big old trees per acre. Structural diversity, which means just different sizes and ages of trees, and deadwood on the forest floor. Now, in the area of these older white pines, we have attained one part of this. We have old trees. But what really needs to happen now is to have these trees experience some mortality so that the forest can regenerate and develop those other characteristics. And here is one of the amazing things about tree mortality in the forest, is that trees defy the laws of physics. And by that I mean that one tree, by dying, becomes many different things. So when a tree is alive, it is a living tree and it's providing these really unique habitats and ecological benefits associated with a living tree. Now, when that tree dies, it suddenly becomes deadwood on the forest floor, which is a really ecologically important feature. It's important to building soils and storing carbon, a really, really important habitat for all kinds of different things, and something which is really underrepresented in our forest. It becomes a gap in the canopy, which is a really important foraging habitat for both insectivorous birds and species like bats. It becomes an opportunity for new trees to regenerate in the light that's allowed to reach the forest floor, and for the forest as a whole to become more multi-generational, which we know to be more like an old growth forest and synonymous with forest resilience. And some of it will even become local renewable resources, wood, which we know to be important to the climate future of our planet and also biodiversity and human rights globally. And what you'll see here at the Catamount Community Forest is that we're not just cutting all these big trees to get those benefits. We're also leaving a lot of trees, and we're leaving some of these white pine trees as legacy trees. Legacy trees are trees that will be here forever, and their whole job is just to be big trees, to eventually be big dead trees, to eventually be large diameter deadwood on the forest floor to provide all of those benefits associated with dead wood. Not only will we have all of the benefits associated with these big, beautiful, amazing white pine trees, but we'll also have a far more diverse range of benefits and habitats, those that are associated with all of these other features that we're creating. And so while it may be sad to see some of these trees be cut, what we're really seeing is one thing become many things, and this relatively simple forest becoming something much more complex and much more rich with life.